The Red Dirt D&D podcast is brought to you by Pro Laser Cuts. The Oklahoma company provides pre-made and customizable design laser cut dice towers, tokens, and more, developed by a gamer for gamers, and now available to enhance your tabletop game. Pro Laser Cuts products can be found at many Oklahoma City area game stores, local events, and now available online at prolasercuts.com. That's laser and cuts with a Z, Pro Laser Cuts. And by SD Way Gaming, where dice goblins unite. Our friends at SD Way Gaming celebrate the beautiful dice players handpick for their games and splendor. SD Way Gaming has expanded to include many tabletop gaming varieties, accessories, and similar fun necessities to include a service for your dice addiction. You can shop for a variety of products at sdwaygaming.com or find SD Way Gaming on Facebook. Welcome to Red Dirt D&D. I'm Michael Cross, and I play Blackjack, a jackalope folk warlock.
I'm Kim Cross, and I play Beatrix, a Tabaxi rogue.
I'm Johnny Payne, and I play Twitch, a rat folk necromancer.
I'm Brooke Bullock, and I play Zionci, a spiderkin cleric.
I'm Gary Hester, and I play Billy, a Folsom fighter.
And I'm Connor Shenold, your DM. Join us now for Tales from the Wilds. With the night of celebration taking a turn for the worse, you have been tasked with finding out who Daisy's murderer might have been. Having spoken to the Duke and his crew, suspicions are cast on his mysterious fiancée, as well as, perhaps, the strange general whose memories seem to be lacking. Unfortunately, your talk with the echelons of upper society did not bring you any closer to the answers you seek. After a brief talk with Mallory, she directed your attention to search through the manor itself in the hopes of getting to the bottom of this crime. While her attention is focused on interviewing more suspects, it is up to you to uncover more of the truth. So you all had made your way into the dining room, took a little bit of a break to eat some more of the pixie puffs that Billy has taken a liking to.
They are delicious.
After a moment, you see a figure starting to approach you. It seems to be a captain of the guards here, and he gives out a greeting. Hello, are you the group that's working with Mallory?
That's right. We are actually trying to find out who might have actually murdered Daisy.
Good. We're all very concerned that this happened.
Yeah, you were not doing very good guarding, were you?
In fact, captain of the guard would be a good cover for committing murder. Where were you a moment ago when the murder took place?
I was in the guard barracks.
We'll check that out.
Very well.
We'll look over at Billy and nod.
Why would the captain of the guard not be at the party? Seems suspicious.
I was supposed to have the night off.
Why did you not have the night off? Who didn't show?
I did have the night off. Then the murder happened.
You had something more for us to do.
Yes, we do have the guards blocking off any exits to the manor. However, I would like to give you this. Hands you a little pendant with the crest of the Bleakburn Manor, which is a little crow. Show this to any of the guards if they happen to give you any trouble about wandering the manor.
Thank you, Billy Snatch.
Captain, we are actually going to be going upstairs, and we understand that there might be a lot of guards up there. So just to let you know, you might want to inform your crew that we will actually be up there to look for clues.
That's why he gave us the pendant. We have an access card.
Yes, tell them Winston sent you, and they'll let you in to as much as they can.
Hopefully we can get this solved as quickly as possible, because there are concerns that with Daisy down, that might actually just have been the impetus to trap us here in the first place.
As well as the strange storm that seems to have rolled in.
It would not be a bad idea to put a couple extra guards maybe around the important people, like the Duke.
Yes, he and his group are well cordoned off right now.
Captain, let me ask you, would the Duke have any enemies that you can think of? Anyone that you would normally be suspicious of if they showed up here at the manor?
Well, unfortunately, with the title of Duke, that does come with many enemies. but off the top of my head, I'm not entirely certain who might have done this.
Any old girlfriends or rival cousins?
Well, the Duke is a bit unusual. I know he is a romantic in the fact that he reads a lot of romance novels, but this Lady J is the only person I've ever seen him show any interest towards. However, you might want to check out Daisy's room and see if there might be anything of interest in there. It is in the servants' quarters off of the diner. If you go through the dining room, the door straight to the east will be the door to the servants' quarters.
How do we know which room is Daisy's room? Are they labeled?
They are not, but hers will be the first door that you see.
What about Whittaker? Is Whittaker got room here? Or is he just like hired for the day?
No, he has a room here. He's the head chef. His room is also in the servants' quarters. It's at the very end of that hallway.
Thank you, Sir Winston. You've been very helpful.
You might see how her daughter is doing.
Daisy was a mom?
She was.
Oh dear.
Where's her daughter at now?
I believe she was working in the kitchen.
And what is her name?
Aster.
Flowers.
Nice.
Do you know who Aster's dad is?
I never found out.
Well, if Aster is suspiciously short, we know who her dad is.
Or slightly bearded?
Or maybe red-headed.
Does Asta know what has happened?
Unfortunately, I believe she has been told.
Well, good. At least that means we don't have to break the news.
Right?
If we've been told that we're not very... The word that's been used, the word uncouth has been thrown around.
I can see.
Could you have Asta meet us in Daisy's room? Or could you have Asta show us to Daisy's room?
Sure, follow me. I'll lead you into the kitchen. So you all follow after Winston. Back into the dining room, you see Mallory talking softly with one of the people that she's interviewing, and you enter into the first door that you see. Entering into the kitchen, you feel a cold chill rush through you before you see several servants standing around, trying to comfort a crying winter Eladrin. A few of the servants whisper words of comfort before they notice your presence in the kitchen. Aster, I'm sorry, these people would like to talk to you for a moment. You see the winter Eladrin look up, tears streaming down her face, and she tries to wipe them away. How may I help you? I apologize that I'm in this state.
Asta, I apologize, first off. I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
We just wanted to ask you a few questions, and we were wondering if you might be able to walk us to your mother's room.
Yeah, I can do that.
And also maybe get you away from this work. There's no reason for you to be working right now.
I was trying to take my mind off of what happened, but I think I'd like to spend some time with her stuff. Yeah, if you follow after me, I'll lead you to her room. And so you exit the kitchen into the dining room, passing by double doors that seem as if they lead into a library, before you spot not entirely a hidden door, but a door that seems to blend in more with the wall of the dining room. She opens it, and you find what appears to be the servant quarters. Following down the long hallway, it leads you to a turn, and you see 5 sets of doors. However, Aster opens up the first door, and you all step into Daisy's room. You see a simple, modest room with a well-made bed. The room also has a desk, above which sits a large portrait of Daisy and a younger spring Eladrin girl. Both of them have bright smiles on their faces and their arms wrapped around one another. Here's my mother's room. Was there any particular reason why you wanted in here?
We just want to take a look at a few things, see if anything's maybe missing or out of place. Investigation check?
Roll it.
And I give you guidance as well.
21.
17.
Okay. Beatrix and Twitch, you see glistening around the room. There doesn't seem to be too much other than a few personal effects around the room. However, you do notice a small box is tucked away under her bed. And a little bit past that, you spy a rolled up canvas.
I'm just going to pull the canvas out and leave it laying on the ground. I'm just going to get it out from under the bed.
So I guess I am pulling the box out. How big is this box?
It's pretty small enough to fit underneath this bed, but it does feel fairly heavy.
Like it's like just got a lot of stuff in it.
Yeah.
Esther, do you know what is in this box before we invade your mother's privacy?
She once told me it was stuff from my dad, but I never knew who he was, and my mother was all I needed, so I never went prying.
That is very sweet. Totally unrelated question. This is a very pretty picture on the wall of your mom. Who is in the picture with her?
That's actually me.
In your spring Eladrin form.
Yes,
Billy has not been around very many Eladrins. I didn't know you could just change.
I know a few who don't. They're seemingly eternally in their form. My mother was one of them, and Duke Oribos as well. They've both always been spring Eladrin.
That is very interesting.
Anytime that I have intense emotions, I tend to be able to switch my form.
What about the former Duke? Was he changey or was he always one? I know it was before your time.
I only met him once or twice when I was younger. I think he was always a spring Eladrin. We used to have a portrait of him hanging up in the second floor landing.
Would you be terribly distraught if we opened this box? It seems like we should look in it. Knowing more about your mother will help us understand why somebody would want to hurt her.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, so go ahead.
Why don't you have a seat over here, and Billy will come and lead her to a chair while Beatrix jimmies this box open.
Now, did Daisy have her flute on her when she was in the ballroom?
We didn't look.
Yeah.
I was wondering if we had, made any type of inventory check, so to speak.
We did not.
So you guys open the box. It is filled with jewelry of all different various types and a few what seem to be handcrafted baby toys. Roll me a history check, whoever wants to.
Zianzi got a 4.
4.
I can't remember
I got a
yesterday.
4.
I got a 14.
Okay.
That was better than ours.
Blackjack?
8.
Okay. So, Billy, you notice that both the jewelry and the baby toys are all of dwarven craftsmanship. And you also spot a letter in the box.
Before you start reading, Beatrix is going to pop over there and ask Aster, would you like to come over in this area, or do you want to hear this?
I think I would like to know. I didn't pry any further because I know my mother, when she was alive, didn't want me to, but I can't say I'm not curious.
Oh, I'm very proud of you. All right, well, let's go over here together then.
My dearest Kalain, I write this with a heavy heart. Even when you were gone for all of those years,
you've never felt as far away as you do now. I do not know what happened to you, as Ulysses would never say, and I could never bring myself to ask sweet Oribos. For my own peace of mind, I must move on. You no longer remember our times together, but I will cherish those memories until my final breath. I love you, and I always will. Your flower, Daisy.
Aster's dad is the dwarf Kalain, and he doesn't even remember.
Nope.
It's so sad.
Unrolling the canvas, you see a detailed oil painting of a young Kalain and Daisy appears to be heavily pregnant.
I look over at Aster and Beatrix.
Aster seems very shocked by this news, and slowly she begins to cry again, and the room chills once more. I see now why she kept this from me. That's so tragic. I didn't know my mother was going through all of that.
Yeah, this is...
This is a lot, sweetheart.
And you're allowed to be sad. But we are going to try to find a way to not only find out who murdered your mother, but maybe, possibly, find a way to fix your father. And if so, maybe you will gain him back in some way or another.
That's very sweet of you. It's just so difficult. I hadn't even considered that he'd be my father. I never had much interaction with him. I just knew he was a little weird. But if there's any way you could help him just help him because he needs help, not because of me or Daisy.
As well, and also because what little that we've got to know him, he seems like a wonderful man. Those moments of lucidity when he is jovial and enjoying life.
Let me tell you, for like 200 years ago, it's great. It's just the fact that he's forgotten that 200 years happened.
Mm-hmm.
So we will find a way to fix him, Asta.
Thank you.
Billy dives under the bed looking for more things.
There's nothing.
All right, Asta, thank you for your time, and we are again very, very sorry for your loss.
Thank you. I'll probably spend the night in here. I hope you guys figure out what happened and why this happened to my mother.
Me too.
Beatrix is going to go over and give her a little hug and say, thank you for allowing us to share this moment with you.
And she takes a brief moment and just breaks down in your arms.
Mm-hmm.
After a moment, she composes herself together and pulls away from the hug. Thank you. Do you guys need any further assistance from me?
I have one question. So the doorway over here blended really well with the rest of the wall. It wasn't necessarily like hidden, but just subtle. Do you know of any hidden passageways in the manor that someone might have a way to get in and out of the dining hall quickly?
No, not the dining hall. I know upstairs is a bit unique, but other than the main seating areas, we're not allowed in the guest rooms.
Thank you for your time and support. This belongs to you now. Closes the box and puts it off to the side and awkwardly moves towards the door.
Yeah, I think this room is all yours. We will go ahead and leave you here to remember your mother and try to find a way to connect you with your father.
And if anyone suspicious shows up, just holler really loud. We'll come up really quickly.
Okay, so you guys exit the room. You're back in the hallway of the servants' quarters. You know that Whitaker's room is at the very end of the hallway. And there was also the doors to the library that you passed on the way into the servants' quarter.
Greetings and salutations, my friends. I'm Michael Cross. So great to have a moment to talk with you during this mid-show break. First off, I want to invite you all to join us as Patreon members. The money we raise helps us pay for things like the music and sound effects you hear on the show, as well as money to go to events and make new fans. When you become a Patreon member, you get our episodes 4 days early, bonus content, access to our Discord server, and full versions of our roundtable discussions. You'll be joining other fans like Scott Wise, Don Mills, Heath Mormon, and the Lady Kate. So join us right now at patreon.com/RedDirtDnD. Another way to support us is by getting your very own Red Dirt merchandise. You can find things like hats, hoodies, mugs, and t-shirts. Just click on the merch tab at RedDirtDnD.com or RedDirtRPG.com. Since 2020, the Red Dirt D&D podcast has been close to another Oklahoma actual play Dungeons & Dragons podcast, D20 to Curtain. And me personally, I've had a chance to work on stage with some of the actors on the show. So when you get done with this episode, you should check them out.
Hello, fellow D&Ders. My name is Jerome.
I'm Jennifer. I'm Jody.
And together with our friends Kara, Timothy, and Jared, we are the cast of the D20 to Curtain podcast, where Oklahoma theater geeks and their friends hit record and explore our new addiction to Dungeons & Dragons.
We think D&D is more than just a game. It helps us tap into the enduring power of storytelling.
We combine live gameplay with behind-the-curtain episodes to share our experiences, insights, habits, discoveries, and passion for D&D with anyone who will listen.
We hope D20 to Curtain will make you laugh, cry, maybe even make your experience at your table even more satisfying. Check us out anywhere you listen to podcasts or visit us at d20tocurtain.com or at D20 to Curtain on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
We look forward to having you. All we ask is that you have fun, be kind, and play the role.
If you're looking for more content, make sure to check out our YouTube page with Mysteries of Beatrix live every Wednesday. Keys from the Golden Vault from the Red Dirt Outlaws dropping every Tuesday at noon, and Plausible Deniability every other Thursday at 7 p.m. So come check it out at youtube.com/@RedDirtRPG or search for Red Dirt RPG on YouTube. And we would love to hear from you. Find us on social media at Red Dirt RPG. You can also get in touch with us through our website at reddirtrpg.com. In the meantime, make sure and subscribe to this podcast and leave a comment on your favorite podcatcher so others can find us. All right, I think that's everything I need to tell you. Right now, let's head back to Red Dirt D&D.
So here we are. We're still in the servants' quarters. Is there any other room? Do we want to check out Whitaker's room?
Yes, he's very suspicious.
Yes.
He's the head chef. Why is he running around with a plate of hors d'oeuvres?
Well, you have many jobs in a manor. This is not a pub, or this is not a tavern where...
No, this is very suspicious to me. I must investigate his tiny room.
All right, let's go check out Whitaker's room and see if it's unlocked.
Okay, you see at the end of the hallway, there appears to be a door that leads outside that is blocked off by one of the guards. And he seems to be eyeing you kind of suspiciously.
I give him a salute and flash our badge.
And after flashing the badge, he gives you a nod, and you guys enter into what you know to be Whitaker's room. Similar to Daisy's room, this one is also neat and tidy. A desk and an armoire are located against the southern wall. A small bed is tucked away in the northeastern corner of the room, piled high with lots of pillows and blankets.
Do you want to do an investigation check again?
Yeah, we should look around.
And I will give you guidance again.
Billy is going to dive headfirst into the pillows and investigate the pillows.
Ziansi rolled an 18.
Sadly, only 20. Beatrix wants to jump into the back of that armoire and see
15.
if it goes anywhere.
I got a 4 on the pillows.
Yep.
They're very soft and cushiony. Twitch and Ziansi, you see that there is a small, what appears to be a diary on top of the desk. And Beatrix, you notice that the door to the armoire is cracked open just a little bit.
Beatrix is going to go over and crack it open all the way.
Before we get to you, the two who spotted the diary, what would you like to do?
Twitch, look at this. I think it's a diary.
Probably a lot of good information in that. Go ahead, Zion.
Yeah, sure.
So I'll go ahead and open.
It seems filled to the brim with these diary entries. A few of the earlier passages mentions his life in the city of Athenas and how he graduated from their culinary program, but struggled to find work before Oribos found him and invited him to work in the manor. So as you're reading through these, give me another investigation check.
That's an 8.
17.
You don't seem to notice anything off about this diary.
Go on, keep reading.
Yeah, so it's the city of Athenas and within the culinary program, and then 10 years here for the Duke. Any roomery, staff.
As you're just flipping through it, nothing really seems to stand out. Would you like to inspect the desk a bit further?
I'll check out the desk.
Blackjack, you start pulling open some of the drawers on the desk. Give me a perception check.
Yeah, I'll give myself guidance on that. 22.
Nice.
Opening up the drawers, you notice that one of the bottom drawers has a secret compartment.
Oh, I love secret.
Oh, look, I might have found something over here. And so I'm going to open up that secret compartment.
So opening it up, you find a small jar with pearlescent powder inside.
He's not really a white kobold. I knew I should have licked my finger and rubbed him.
The label on the jar reads, Rumple's Pixie Pearl Powder. Give those scales a shimmer, make others envy with a glimmer.
I'm going to open it up and...
Put some on your hand, see if it makes you change color.
So, swiping your finger through it and kind of swatching it on the back of your fur, it doesn't really give you any white coloring. It actually just makes the fur kind of shimmer in this iridescent.
Oh, Blackjack, you're fancy.
So what I'm looking at is this wouldn't turn anybody white. This is more of makeup.
Yes.
Oh, right, well, I just found Whitaker's makeup.
Fancy stash.
But we know, Rumple, you intimidated him.
I did. Rumple was the red cap.
Do you think it's made out of pixies?
What I know about
Roll
red
me
caps,
a
definitely.
Nature check.
I got a 19.
These are made out of pixies.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it.
I have bad news, everybody.
Oh, no.
Whitaker has got dead pixies in a jar.
Okay, I put the lid back on this and put it away and slide it up. That's nasty.
Can Billy try to swipe the pixie powder without them noticing?
Roll me a sleight of hand.
I'm gonna try to steal from the thieves. It's fine. I got a 7. Wait, but +3, 10?
Y'all roll me a perception check.
19.
Yeah, so Blackjack, you see Billy, quote unquote, subtly try to grab the jar.
Billy, put that back.
What if we need to be glittery letter? What if we throw it at the bad guy and then he can't sleep because it's glitter?
It's dead pixies.
They're already dead.
Okay, but we're supposed to be the good guys.
Yeah, so we're gonna remove the dead pixies from this bad guy.
But then you'll just go buy some more.
Oh, that's a valid point. Okay, I'll put it back.
Okay. Beatrix, you open up the armoire and you see a lot of kobold-sized clothing inside, as well as towards the very bottom shelf of the armoire, you see a very lovingly folded up apron.
I've found an amazing apron. So Beatrix carefully pokes around on it a little bit. What does she find?
So, as you carefully pick up the apron from the armoire, the room around you spins. And suddenly, you all find yourself seated outside in what appears to be a shabby restaurant.
I didn't sneeze, people. I did not sneeze.
What happened?
Well, remember Mallory said that sometimes the rooms, they have the memories connected to them and we might see their mind movies.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
Despite the desolate appearance of the building, the restaurant is surprisingly packed full of people. As you try to take in the drastic shift of your surroundings, a white kobold approaches your table, holding a few menus for your group to take a look at.
Apologies for the wait. Here's your menus. Just let me know what you need.
Of course. And you are?
Whitaker, yeah.
You're going to be our waiter today?
Yep.
Nice to meet you, Whitaker.
Pixie Puffs! Pixie Puffs!
I don't think those have been invented yet.
What do you mean? This hurts my brain.
Okay, let's look at the menu and see if...
What do you suggest, Whitaker?
Our special is bugbear stew. It's quite delicious. I've had some of it personally. It's quite good.
Let me ask you something, Whitaker. And I'm hoping this is not the correct answer. Is it made out of bugbears?
No, it's just made by our bugbear chef back there. Yeah, old Tom. I love Tom. He's great.
That's disappointing.
So maybe the Pixie Puffs were not made of pixies, but made by pixies.
I would have believed so.
Can I get a sandwich?
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to go with it for your special. Some bugbear stew.
Bugbear stew, sandwich.
Do you have any berries?
I definitely could get you some berries, yeah.
Thank you.
I would love some bugbear stew. Could I get some bread to go with that?
Yeah. Got some good garlic bread in the back. Go great with that.
Is there a name at the top of the menu? Like, can we tell what restaurant we're at?
It's the Lazy Ladle.
What's your favorite thing here, Mr. Whitaker?
I like a simple just stew, honestly. I mean, just some nice stew with some meat and some vegetables. That's all really good.
And how long have you worked at the Lazy Ladle?
I got out of culinary school a few months ago, and I've been working here ever since. It's hard to find work, though, sometimes.
As we look around, do we see Duke Orobas anywhere here?
Actually, you do see a figure start to approach your table. It is a Spring-Eladrin, dressed very fancily, and you do notice that it is Duke Orobas, and he approaches your table. Apologies for my interruption of you guys grabbing your food, but this restaurant came highly recommended to me, and unfortunately, your table seems to be the only table with an available seat. Do you mind if I partake?
We love making new friends. Join our table. This is Whitaker. He's our waiter.
Yes, let me see. I did actually grab an extra menu. Here you go.
Thank you very much, Whitaker. It's very nice of you. And he takes a seat at your table. looks over the menu and... Oh yes, the bugbear stew came highly recommended as well. I will try some of that.
All right. Let's see. Did I get everyone's orders?
Did you get my berries?
I did get your berries.
If you see any little bugs, I will eat those too, but...
I think that goes against health inspection codes.
You go on your job, thank you. Blackjack, what is health inspection?
Oh, that's when you don't have bugs in any of your food.
But I like
that's
bugs.
also
Bugs make good
disappointing.
food.
Or pixies in your skin cream.
Right. For some sentient creatures, eating bugs is rather nasty.
Why? They're delicious
I
and
don't
an excellent
understand
source of protein.
It's from the non-furries out there. They seem to not like bugs in their food.
You, Mr. Eladrin that I've never met before, do you eat bugs?
I can't say I've ever tried.
Well, if you decide to, I recommend beetles. They're crunchy.
You see a slight shiver run up Orobos's spine as he gets a mental image of crunching into a beetle.
Forgive the opossum. So what brings you to the city of Athenas?
I had a meeting with someone and decided to stop by here, the Lazy Ladle.
Let me ask you this, Connor. Are we still wearing our fancy clothes?
You are not. You guys are actually now wearing more everyday traveler attire.
That's disappointing.
But when I look around the table, I'm seeing our party members, not necessarily like being dropped in the memory of someone else, right?
Oh, we are in his memory when he served this table of this many people, and then this Eladrin showed up.
Exactly.
Do we interact? Do we...
Until Billy messed it up with the bug comment, I thought this is how Orobos knows Billy and then sends the invitation.
For all we know, you're Orobos.
Probably not.
Everybody roll me an insight.
I'm so insightful.
12.
I rolled a 20.
I got a dirty 20.
Okay.
So 22.
So Billy and Beatrix, you're kind of pondering very hard about what is actually happening here. It hurts your brain a little bit, Billy. And you do remember at one point, right before you had run away, Billy, to go cry in the bathroom, that Lady J and Orobos mentioned that you looked familiar.
Mr. Twitch, come here.
Yeah, okay.
Remember earlier when we were meeting them, he said that we looked familiar. I bet this is why.
Who's that?
Mr. Orobos.
Okay, yeah.
At the party, he said we looked familiar, and Lady J said we looked familiar, and I bet this is why, which means we've already gone through Lady J's memories, but we don't know it yet.
Wait a minute. I thought it was just because we were being sneaky and dismissed it as that.
No, I'm not very sneaky.
Well, I mean, sneaking into the... Never mind.
I wasn't sneaking at all. I was invited.
You think we've already been in Lady J's memory?
Wait, I thought I was invited by accident because I was magic, but this is a wrinkle.
Oh, look, the waiter's coming.
Here's your food. I did not find any bugs.
Berries will do.
So, certainly great to have you here. What is your name? My name is Blackjack. These are my friends.
It's nice to meet you. My name is Orobos.
Orobos, and you said you were in town to visit a friend?
Yes, Marquise Lazuli, if you happen to know him.
I've heard of him, of course.
He seems like he would make a very good friend.
How do you know Marquise Lazuli?
Well, don't like to say this very often, and he kind of leans towards your group. I happen to be the Duke of Bleakburn.
I am also a nobility undercover. I am Billy, Prince of Mud Peoples.
How fascinating.
Yeah. If you didn't know that, there are Mud Peoples, and there's a hierarchy, and you have to win your title through combat.
It was pretty amazing.
I sumo wrestled a mud person.
So, can I tell at this time how far in the past I've gone?
Can we surmise by the dates of the diary whenever he said, I finished culinary school a few months ago, and right now he's saying, yeah, I got a culinary school a few months ago. We're basically on that page of the diary. Was that diary dated?
I would say yes, and it was dated 10 years ago.
So this was 10 years ago. This was not 6 months ago. That's where I wanted to make sure that we weren't crossing timelines with Lady J. This has nothing to do with Lady J. So, anything interesting in your life? Duke, Orobos?
Wait. I'm serving a Duke?
It's okay, Whitaker, correct?
Yeah. I'm sorry. It's a pleasure. It really is. It's great to be in your presence.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you as well. I am kind of, not to be, I don't know if this might come across rude, you don't see white kobolds every day. What brings you to the Lazy Ladle?
Well, I just got out of culinary school, and it's been hard for me to find a job. Chefs aren't really needed in Athena. Any chefs that already exist are already hired by the nobles, and I graduated almost top of my class, but this is the only place that would really take me.
You know, his service has been excellent, and I think sometimes what really brings a certain manor and a duke above the others is if they have just like that top-of-the-line chef and stuff. Do you have anybody like that at your place, Duke?
As a matter of fact, I do not. I was interested in actually meeting up with Marquise Lazuli to see if he had any recommendations. Whitaker, you said you graduated recently from culinary school.
Yeah, I graduated recently, and once again, top of my class. I was always told by my parents that if you go to some place and you work hard, you'll eventually reach a goal that you want to work towards. And I feel like just working here, I will eventually find that goal.
Not meaning to potentially crush any of those dreams, but if it doesn't work out here, come to Bleakburn and reach out to me. I am looking for a head chef, if you will, and this might be the opportunity that you're looking for, if you're willing to uproot your life here in Athena's.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, no pressure.
And think about the Pixie Puffs idea. I think it could be a showstopper. I think it could really help you out.
Whitaker, this sounds like an excellent opportunity. I'd hate to see you pass it up.
I'll think about it. You know, I'll maybe wait a little while. But if you need anything else, just let me know.
Well, Whitaker, thank you very much for your time, and you've been absolutely excellent. And I look forward to seeing you in the future.
As you all are about to take a bite of what seems to be delicious food in front of you, the memory seems to fade, and you find yourself once again in Whitaker's room.
Red Dirt D&D Tales from the Wilds is Connor Shenold as Jaska and our Dungeon Master, Johnny Payne as Twitch, Kiri Hester as Billy, Kim Cross as Beatrix, Brooke Bullock as Zionsi, and I'm Michael Cross as Blackjack. The showrunner for Campaign 2 is Aidan Cross. Our theme music was created by the cinemagician PJ Castillo. Our incidental music comes from Jeffrey McBride. Our sound effects and additional music courtesy of Monument Studios, Sirenscape, Describe.com, and TabletopAudio.com. Dice for the Red Dirt D&D cast provided by SD Way Gaming. You can find us at reddirtdnd.com. If you enjoy the new campaign of Red Dirt D&D, make sure to subscribe, rate us, and leave a comment. Also, tell your friends about Red Dirt D&D. You can also support the show at patreon.com/reddirtdnd at whatever giving level works best for you. Join us next time as we travel farther into the wilds.
Why did you not have the night off? Who didn't show?
I did have the night off.
You were supposed to have the
murder
night.
happened
Nah.
while I was
Well,
in...
then you probably didn't commit the murder.
So you actually
You have to
were
commit the
off.
murder.
You weren't even supposed to be here.
I was not.
Clerks. Sorry.
And
Clerks.
What are your thoughts about Pixie Puffs?
With a mouthful of pizza, she said. I just want to remind everyone in this room right now that this is the silly campaign. So we're doing a great job.
my fault for trying to be serious about something.
Do you have any evidence of any, I don't know, party crashers?
Zionsi, like, all four of Zionsi's eyes like dart over toward Billy like, what are you doing?
Listen, I cannot read romance novels.
Yeah, they have many audiobooks.
Audiobooks? You mean I get a friend to read the book to me?
Well, if there's like a wizard, they can cast Magic Mouth, and then it will just like go on, like right on the inside cover.
Oh my.
The anticipation of opening this
Well,
box
is it-
is literally killing me.
Now,
Just open the... What's in the box?
She's gonna open it. Mr. Twitch, would you like to read the letter?
Sorry, I was taking a bite of a pixie puff.
Hey, stay out of my
The
stage!
Twilly relationship continues.
Do you need your glasses, Mr. Twitch?
he is 39.
I got a 4 on the pillows.
Yep.
They're very soft and cushiony.
This is a very rare squishmallow.
Billy just gets stuck because he goes into the pillow and just like little legs sticking up.
The label on the jar reads Rumple's Pixie Pearl Powder. Give those scales a shimmer, make others envy with a glimmer.
That's a hoot. I love that.
That's why I wanted you to
I love that so much. Oh my goodness.
So, swiping your finger through it and like kind of swatching it on the back of your fur.
Your horns.
You turn into a kobold.
What I'm looking at is this wouldn't turn anybody white. This is more of makeup.
Yes.
This is kobold makeup.
Yes.
It's glitter.
For the night gig.
For the kobold out on the town.
Yeah, right.
It smells like cocoa butter.
Okay, I put the lid back on this and put it away and slide it up. That's nasty.
That's
Maybe they're
disturbing.
ethically harvested.
I can. What if we throw it at the bad guy and then he can't sleep because it's glitter?
It's dead pixies.
They're already dead. I'm not killing guinea pigs.
That's the spirit.
I didn't buy the fur coat. It was just given to me.
Is there a name at the top of the menu? Like, can we tell what restaurant we're at?
I don't think I named this one.
Restaurant name generator.
It's called
Fantasy
The
restaurant.
Daily Stew. Because every day is a new stew.
It's called Bugbear's Delight.
Tom.
Oh, do you have that in your notes?
That is not the name of the restaurant.
What is it?
It's the Lazy Ladle.
Lazy Ladle. Okay.
You really? Oh,
Pass
how
Connor.
cute.
Past Connor was looking out for
The
future
lazy
Connor.
ladle.
It's like the issue with my module is I have everything written in so many different areas that I'm like, wait a minute.
Yes.
Oh, we are in his memory when he served this table of this many people, and then this Eladrin showed up.
Exactly.
Do we interact? Do we? God, now I'm in that.
I know.
What, do I step on the butterfly?
Butterfly.
I immediately wondered.
I naturally go down rabbit holes.
Is our job?
Extra big ones for
Is
the
our job to
horse.
sit and observe, or do we interact?
Until Billy.
It hurts your brain a little bit, Billy.
Some steam rises out of his ears.
You do remember at one point, right before you had run away, Billy, to go cry in the bathroom, Lady J and Orabos mentioned that you
we were
looked
familiar. This is why we look familiar.
Good setup.
You're welcome.
I look over Billy. Billy's nose is bleeding with all this stuff. Yeah, we just broke Billy. All right.
Oh, that's a
Thank you.
We're basically on that page of the diary. Was that diary dated?
I would say yes, and it was dated 10 years ago.
He's an old kobold. That's why he has the concealer.
That's
But
right.
They kill they kill the innocent pixies and rub it on their skin, and it keeps them alive and youthful. It's
Exactly.
called adrenochrome or
Don't
something.
get any wrinkles in your scales. Don't have to shed as much. It's fine. If it doesn't work out here, come to Bleakburn and reach out to me.
I would invite you to cook for the mud people, but they just eat mud. There's different degrees of mud, okay? Don't get me started on the mud hierarchy of mud. There's mud, there's clay, they're different, there's dirt.
As you all are about to take a bite of what seems to be delicious food in front of you, the memory seems to fade, and you find yourself once again in Whitaker's room.
Aww,
And wanting
I was
stew.
gonna, the berries.